Hi everyone, and welcome to our English lesson for today. Today, really excitingly, we have finished our little mini English experience we were doing on our book, The Way Back Home. So we're going to start something brand new today, and it's going to just be quite a short experience. It's probably going to last just a week or so. So let me share with you what it's going to be while I share my screen. Right, give me a second. So, we are going to learn about something called using commas in a list. So that's what we're going to be learning about in English. Now, you'll notice my launch page is quite small because we're only doing a short experience on this. So I have just got my outcome and our key question. And then what we need to include are even better if, and then we're still working on that character trait of resilience. So our key question is, how can I use commas to help me set my own goals? Oh my goodness me. So that's our question. And our outcome is that we're going to use being able to write commas and use them in a list to be able to write our own goals for what we want to achieve each week. So by goals, I don't mean like scoring a football goal. I mean something that you want to achieve yourself for each week, because that can be really helpful for helping us to remember what we want to do and what we want to get better at and what we want to learn how to do. So we're going to start doing that every week, writing our goals, and then we'll be able to see if by the end of the week we've achieved what we wanted to do. So what we're going to need to include is we need to learn how to use commas correctly. We need to use the word and correctly in a list. We need to punctuate the rest of our sentence correctly when we write our list. And our even better if we want to be really super at list writing, we can use it for other things in our life, not just writing it for our own goals. So you can think of other ways and other reasons that you might need to write a list. And our character trait of resilience works really nicely with this outcome, because when we want to achieve our goals, sometimes they can be tough. And so we need to use resilience to be able to achieve them. So we're going to show resilience in this mini experience by being able to write, when you write your goals, you're going to think about how you might need to show resilience to be able to achieve them. And also, you're going to reflect on your last week. So you're going to think back to last week and think, what did I find challenging? And then those things that you found challenging will be the things that you can set yourself as a goal to achieve next week. So it's going to be really good to be able to link our resilience character trait so well to what we're going to be learning about and writing our own goals in the form of a list. So let's see what we need to learn today then. Let's get started. So our learning objective today is to be able to know what a list is. So we're right back to our remembering stage. Our learning objective is green. We're in our know stage. And to be able to do this, today we're going to be able to recall the symbol for a comma. We are going to be able to define what a list is. And we are going to be able to state what lists are used for. So, first question then, what is the symbol for a comma? I wonder if you could pause the video for a second and have a think. Do you know what the symbol for a comma is? And if you do, write it down on a piece of paper. Off you go. Right, you should have something written down in front of you. And if you're not sure, we're going to play a little game of thumbs up or thumbs down. And I wonder if this might help you work out what the symbol for a comma is. So I'm going to show you some symbols. If you think it's a comma, I want you to put your thumbs up. If you think it's not a comma, I want you to put your thumbs down. Are you ready for the first one? Here we go. Oh, what's that one? Thumbs up if you think it's a comma, thumbs down. You can pause the video if you need to have a think. Hopefully you have all got your thumbs down. That isn't a comma, it is a, I can almost hear you all calling exclamation mark. Super. Right, next one. Ooh, is that a comma? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You can pause the video if you need time to think about it. Right, you should all have your thumbs down. That is not a comma, it is a... Is that question mark I hear you all saying? Good, it's a question mark. Super. Right, next one, ready? Ooh, thumbs up or thumbs down. Is that a comma? Hopefully you've all got your thumbs down. That's not a comma, it's a full stop, you say? Yes, a full stop. Good. Fantastic. Right, next one. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Is that a comma? Right, you should have your thumbs up. That is a comma. It is a comma. So, I know what you're all thinking. Mrs. Clark, that looks a lot like an apostrophe that we just spent 2 weeks learning. Are you trying to say that it's actually a comma as well? Well, no, not exactly. So if you look here, there is a big difference between our comma and an apostrophe. Can you see our comma here? I've just written something that I might maybe buy from the shop. So rice, pasta, and bread. And I've separated them with a comma. And can you see our comma is on the line? So we draw our symbol for our comma on the line that we're writing on. Goes the bottom of our word. Whereas an apostrophe, like these words we were learning last week, don't, can't, and wouldn't, the apostrophe goes at the top of the word, doesn't it? So they look very similar, but our comma is put at the bottom of a word. So that's the difference. Good. Well done. So let's have a journal alert. I'd like you to pause the video in a second. Can you write down the symbol for a comma? You can see on mine, I've drawn a line to show where the line on my paper would be. So I know the difference between a comma and an apostrophe. Off you go. Right, well done. You have now drawn your symbol for a comma. Super. So what is a comma then? What do we use them for? Now, I could just tell you, but that's no fun. You need to learn how to work things out for yourself. So I wonder whether you can use Google to help you. Can you see here, I've got the website for Google. So let me show you, 1 second. I should be able to hopefully share my screen with you. And then, there we go. And then hopefully, it doesn't like it. Come on, computer. Here we go. Right, hopefully I should now be able to type in www.google.com. So you should be able to pause the video now and get up your web browser and type in www.google.com. Off you go. Right, hopefully now you've got your Google in front of you and you can type in, because we're trying to find out what is a comma, aren't we? So I'm going to just type into the Google bar, what is a comma, ? And press enter. And you can see, look, it brings up lots of pictures of our comma and it gives me here a definition. It says a punctuation mark, which indicates a pause between parts of a sentence or separating items in a list. So I wonder if you can do your own research. Can you type in what is a comma? and then see what definition you get that comes up when you've done your research. Off you go. Right, well done. I'm going to go back onto my PowerPoint now, because we've just found out something new, haven't we? So we need a journal alert. So I would like you to, in your books, can you write down what a comma is? So you've just found out your own definition, hopefully, by using Google. So I found from my research on Google that a comma indicates a pause in a sentence or separates items in a list. So can you write down what a comma is? Off you go. Super, well done. So we have found out what a comma is and we know what it looks like. Next thing we need to find out is, what is a list? So can you do exactly what we did before? Can you go onto Google again? Look, there's the address for you to remind yourself. So type that into your search bar, www.google.com, and then you need to find out for me, what is a list? So that would be a thing, the best thing probably to type into Google, wouldn't it? Off you go. See if you can find out what a list is. See if you can find a definition. Did you find one? I wonder what yours all were. Well, whilst you were doing that, I also had a go, and this is what I found out. So a journal alert. I found out that a list is a number of connected items or names that are written one after the other. So, for example, when I showed you my shopping list of bread, pasta and rice, they're all connected because they're things you would buy at the supermarket, and they were written one after the other. So, can you do your own journal alert now? Can you record what a list is based on the definition that you found? Off you go. Super, well done. Well, there's only one more thing for us to do from our learning objective. So we now know what a comma is and what a symbol for a comma is. We now know what a list is. Next, we need to think of why we might use lists in our real life. So, what do we use lists for? To be able to do this, I'd like us to create a bubble map. So in the middle of your bubble map, you're going to need to have the word lists with your bubble around it. So I wonder if you could pause the video and just write lists with your bubble round so you're ready to go. Off you go. Super, well done. So I want you to use your brilliant brains of thinking about reasons that we need lists. So you could think about when you might have used a list in your life and write that on your bubble map. You could maybe ask somebody in your house. I know quite a lot of you FaceTime your friends or FaceTime your relatives, grandparents, aunties and uncles. You could ask them when you speak to them, what do they use a list for? Or you could use your new Googling skills, couldn't you? Super. So, can you please, just like I've done, lists in the middle of your bubble you should already have, and then off your bubble, can you write down all the ways that you know that you need, that all the ways that you know that lists are used. So the first one I thought of was the register. I have a list of your names in the register. That's what I thought of. So pause the video now, off you go. How many can you think of? Right, well done. Do you want to have a look at my bubble map? And then if you've struggled to think of any, you could always steal a couple of my ideas. So I had the register, like I told you. Shopping, very important, one of my favourite things to do. Checklists. So if we need to include something in our writing, for example, we can have a checklist and we can make sure that we're doing all those things. To describe someone. So I might say, Miss Robinson has glasses, likes music, and has brown hair. To describe someone. What we need to do in a day. So our goals, what we can achieve. So I write a big list every morning of all the things I need to get done in that day. And then as I go through, I tick them off. So loads of reasons we use lists, and I can't wait to see all the reasons that you thought of or found out as well. Super, so well done. We now know what a comma is and the symbol for one, what a list is, and the reasons we might need lists for. Fantastic. So I'd like us now to reflect. Have a think about how you are working towards your outcome. Remember now, your outcome is to write your list of goals for each week. What do you now know that's going to help you to write your list of goals, do you think? And then, you're really good at this now, resilience. How have you shown resilience today? Or have you started thinking about our outcome and how you might use resilience to help you with that? Off you go, reflect on your outcome and resilience and come back. Super. Right, I'll just show you my examples in case you got stuck and you weren't sure, something to think about. So I thought for our outcome, I now know what I might need to write a list for. So I know that one of the things might be to be able to write a to-do list or a goals list. And resilience. Since I knew about our outcome and that's what we were going to be doing, I've now started to think about what I want to show resilience in when I write my list. So I've already started to think of the things that I was finding hard. And I'm thinking, right, I can write those down as goals now to achieve them. So I'm already really excited about when we can write our list. Super. Right, well done, everyone. That was a fantastic start to our new mini experience. I can't wait to see your work and all the reasons that we use lists for and to see your lovely reflections. I'm really, really excited. So have a great rest of your day and I will see you soon. Bye.